The 10 dirtiest jobs in the world and the health risks. Dirty jobs can vary widely in terms of their health risks, and it's important to note that safety measures and technology advancements often mitigate many of these risks. However, here's a list of 10 dirty jobs that historically have been considered among the dirtiest and potentially hazardous, along with some of the associated health risks. Sewage worker. Health risks. Exposure to toxic gases, pathogens, chemicals, and potential physical injuries. Risk of waterborne diseases, respiratory problems, and skin infections. Minor health risks. Exposure to dust, toxic gases, heavy metals, and potential cave-ins. Increased risk of lung diseases, such as pneumoconiosis, injuries, and mental health issues. Waste collector. Health risks. Exposure to hazardous materials, toxic substances, biohazards, and physical injuries. Risk of infections, respiratory problems, and skin disorders. Animal slaughterer. Health risks. Exposure to blood, bodily fluids, and animal waste. Risk of injuries, bacterial infections, and psychological stress. Asbestos abatement worker. Health risks. Exposure to asbestos fibers, which can lead to serious lung diseases like asbestosis and mesothelioma. Hazardous materials removal worker. Health risks. Exposure to various hazardous materials, chemicals, and toxins. Risk of chemical burns, respiratory issues, and long-term health effects. Coal miner. Health risks. Exposure to coal dust, which can lead to lung diseases like black lung, coal workers' pneumoconiosis, and other respiratory problems. Oil rig worker. Health risks. Exposure to toxic chemicals, potential fires, explosions, and physical injuries. Risk of respiratory issues, burns, and long-term health effects from chemical exposure. Septic tank cleaner. Health risks. Exposure to human waste, toxic gases, and pathogens. Risk of infections, respiratory problems, and gastrointestinal illnesses. Exterminator, pest control worker. Health risks. Exposure to pesticides, toxic chemicals, and potentially aggressive animals. Risk of chemical exposure, respiratory issues, and allergic reactions. It's important to note that advancements in safety protocols, equipment, and technology have significantly reduced many of the health risks associated with these jobs. Proper training, personal protective equipment, PPE, and adherence to safety guidelines can help mitigate potential dangers. If you're considering a career in any of these fields, it's crucial to be aware of the risks and take appropriate precautions to protect your health and well-being. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos.